Hello there, beloved ones. I'm Monica Bermudez, an intuitive quantum energy healer, coming on this recording from my YouTube channel to talk about the 5 things about this full moon that's in Sagittarius for June of 2023. And there has been a lot of energy that has been in this forward, but also building up and almost like boiling point of energies to release during this full moon, because all full moons are, for the most part, they have the energy to clear, to release things that no longer serve you, but they also create this space for allowing new chapters to come in your life, for new beginnings. So they could have also a form of manifestation to them as well, because the more that we're able to release within ourselves, the more that we're able to receive and to bring in more of the new energies that are more suitable for us during this new moon, during this new Earth frequency of vibrational energies that we are all experiencing at this time. And because of that, there has been a lot of releasing going on. I personally have been feeling a lot of release around family matters and generational ancestral clearing, because a lot of those cycles are completing and ending, and I feel that in so many people. But I also feel like there is this other thing that is completing and concluding in the cycles and chapters when it comes to this old system with the financial world. And so it can feel like there is this whole reset going on with the bank systems, with the way that we look at wealth, abundance, and prosperity in our life, and how that's impacted us in our own generational patterns that we also carry within ourselves, and how that's been impacting our life and how we manage our money and our own wealth system and abundance. So it is our human divine right in our soul, in our own heart, that we all have the abundance and prosperity already in us. And right now, because of the current structures of the system on this earth, has been built around specific financial systems that have certain rates, and have placed us in what feels like this enslavement mode to work in order to receive the money to be able to pay off the bills and so forth, and be able to live. So a lot of that is beginning to shift because our consciousness is expanding, and we are becoming more consciously aware of our own divine being, that we are remembering other aspects of ourselves, of who we truly are within our own soul and heart, that we are more beyond of this human physical form that we find ourselves in the moment, in this physical reality. And so that is the part where we build that awareness and become aware also of some of the blocks, some of the patterns that have been sabotaging us, and building up to this moment that is in this full moon of Sagittarius, and being, consciously aware to the point that you can do your own ritual to clear that out of your system and conclude it and complete it, because I certainly am at this point where I want to be in this financial freedom, in this freedom to move around and be wherever and not be dependent on anything or anyone. And so that's always what's been my intention. And so I share this with you because this is a message that I feel will resonate for some. And so what this full moon will do is that it will open up that doorway and the opportunity for that clearing and that releasing, whether that be with generational patterns, family drama around prosperity and abundance and wealth, and any other matters and issues that are changing in yourself at this time, And I share, more points about the whole month of June and the energy of June, because the whole month of June is just about looking at all those patterns within, and the blocks that may be keeping you from the quantum leaps of changes of your own physical reality, of what is about to manifest in a big way that is, in alignment with your own soul and heart. And certainly that's been my personal experience for this month of June. So this full moon, which is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius to me is like this impulsive energy, but it's also about taking new adventures. So it can feel like taking those new adventures in your life that is calling you for something different, something more exciting than the average routine and pattern that just feels like it just never ends, and it could just feel boring. And so there is also the spirit of the Gemini, because Gemini is also about change. It's a mutable sign. So you have the combination of these two energies. And so it's about, looking at new things that will keep you motivated as well. And I often find that, we put ourselves in like a subconscious, an unconscious like form of the rat race, which is like we end up doing certain patterns unconsciously or subconsciously. And this includes some of the patterns that may be sabotaging. But before, the pandemic hit, where everything went to a standstill and everybody was pretty much forced to stay home for the most part, that before that, things were in a bit of a rat race where people were just like on a daily basis getting up, going to work, or, doing their routine of, being extra busy, to the point that there wasn't any time to spend within yourself or within each and every one, to really focus on the internal world of what was going on inside. And so when the pandemic happened, when many were, asked to or told to stay home, there was this way of almost like forcing everyone to just really rethink everything in life, and everything, how they lived, and all the patterns and the routines of their daily busy life. And so that in a way opened up these other doorways within the soul and the heart to see that there were all these other passions, motivations, and desires. And so what sparked out of that were these new businesses for some people, and new ideas, new directions, and people were just quitting their jobs. And so now that things have opened up a bit more, it seems like people are falling back into that routine, but it's in a different way. It's not in the same as it was before. And so I feel like in some ways that there has been this back into wanting to be in some of that old routines and stuff, but things have really changed because a lot of our consciousness has expanded. And so whether there is an awareness in this or not, I feel like so many have expanded their consciousness in a different way, and it will continue to do so. And so for this full moon, what I recommend is really spending some time to really be with yourself and go within and really reflect on the things before the 6 months of 2023, and reflecting for the next 6 months to come, and those things and what it is that you're releasing at this time in order for you to quantum leap and manifest the things that you so desire, to realign yourself into this physical reality. So take advantage of the full moon energy for those reasons, to help you elevate, to help you increase the energies within yourself, in clearing, releasing, and completing the old cycles and the old patterns, and having the will to do so, to move forward in that direction and what adventures are calling you. And so just to reorganize everything and sum it up into these 5 things that you need to know about this full moon. And I will recap all of what I just shared with you. The number one thing is that this full moon has a potential for this quantum leap into your new physical reality. So that is, as you release these big patterns within yourself that you say that you're complete with them in your cycles, then you are also quantum leaping into these new physical realities of your own freedom of, being stuck in a enslavement mentality that you have to conform to certain rules and this structures of the earth, of the old earth, in order for you to maintain or have your prosperity and abundance. And the number two thing is to be open to new adventures. And so, as I mentioned, Sagittarius energy is about new adventures, an impulse energy that is within, that is this calling within the heart that is asking for something new. And so write down what those things are and pay attention to them, journal it, and just be with it for that moment and asking yourself in your own soul what it is that is calling you to being open to these new adventures, and what it is that would spark that life of direction within yourself. And the number three thing to know about this full moon in Sagittarius is to spend the time that you need to go within yourself to really analyze and reflect mostly, but don't overanalyze, of course, but just see where those patterns are that have been sabotaging you and your own prosperity, your abundance and wealth, and what have been your stories around that happen that seem like blocks in a way that is keeping you from your own financial freedom, if that is something that you so desire, but in any other way of how you feel that you are lacking freedom in some way, whether it's like you feel bound to an office or a location that you so desire to move from. And so really looking at all those aspects within yourself. And the fourth thing to know about this full moon is that it is spotting a light on the areas within your life that have been pretty much boiling and triggering, and that have been so pretty much building up to this point where you just want to say that you're done with. And so just pay attention to those things that have been boiling in your life and that have been in a way sabotaging you or holding you back from anything, and just reassess all those things. And so the final thing to know about this full moon is that there is this portal of energy that is open within this full moon that is also giving us the opportunity to connect with it and connect with the full moon energy for our quantum changes in our life, in our quantum healings. And the healing is, I feel, associated more to our direction in life. And that direction is also in connection with our abundance, our prosperity, and our financial system. Because that feels like it's been a lot of the theme for actually 2023. And so this is our opportunity to really connect with that and really, release these patterns that I just pretty much have been emphasizing around, for these 5 themes for this full moon. And so it's just, and also because the whole month of June, since we just had that Jupiter in the North Node on the 1st of June, that has been the theme as well for this month, is our direction. And Jupiter is the expansive, planet of energy, so it can expand. all these, you know, areas of the north, of the direction, you know, your mission, the purpose, pretty much, and where it is, you know, that you feel that you're going to complete those cycles. Because as you complete those cycles, of course, you're also opening up the space for new adventures and new changes and new chapters in your life, which are exciting. And at the same time, you know, there's other aspects that are probably dying within, which are, you know, certain identities that you may have had in relation to certain locations, certain people, certain places. And so there is this death and rebirth as well that is occurring within that same cycle. But, you know, it's the key is to really be, you know, in alignment with your own heart and your own soul to make those changes, to make those quantum leaps, to be brave and be courageous for them. Because that is also what Sagittarius energy is about too. It's about just being that, you know, bold and brave in a way to make those changes in themselves. So that's pretty much what I wanted to sum up for this message, and also just to share that for my celebration of my month of June, which is my birth month, and of course the birth month for many who are born in June. Happy birthday to you. But since I want to celebrate my birthday for the whole month, I'm doing a special and private session, so you can check out the description of this video. And I look forward to connecting with you in another YouTube video very soon. Bye for now. Sending you all so much love.